pro-Iranian hacker groups have extended the reach of the conflict into Western domestic infrastructure, targeting systems far beyond the physical front lines. They claimed responsibility for a targeted cyber attack on the medical device company Stryker, hit regional data centers, and attempted to breach American municipal water plants. Backed by heavy investments from Tehran, these groups have infiltrated the email systems of political campaigns and the defense networks that manage technical logistics for the U.S. military. These digital strikes are designed to disrupt the specific systems that manage civilian water supplies and hospital networks. To understand how the conflict reached this scale, we have to look back to the brief, highly concentrated 12-day war of June 2025. This timeline maps the rapid deterioration since then: failed nuclear negotiations in Geneva, a rise in proxy attacks, and a mounting escalation that triggered the launch of Operation Epic Fury in late February 2026. The objective of the United States and Israel is the total destruction of Iran's ballistic missile launchers, their drone factories, and nuclear manufacturing sites. Following the death of Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, Iran's new hardline leadership has focused its strategy on regime survival through absolute resistance. With Washington demanding the unconditional surrender of the ruling regime and Tehran refusing to yield sovereignty, neither side has found a viable off-ramp to de-escalate. By the third week, the U.S. military launched a wide-ranging bombing raid on Karg Island, the terminal responsible for 90. Central Command destroyed over 90 military targets on the island, including missile storage bunkers and naval mine depots, while the actual oil infrastructure was left untouched. President Trump framed this as a psychological ultimatum, stating the oil was spared for reasons of decency, but publicly threatened to demolish the island just for fun if Tehran refuses to yield. Iran retaliated by firing multiple warhead cluster missiles capable of evading air defenses directly into populated areas in Ramat Gan, near Tel Aviv. They also expanded their targeting coordinates to include U.S. troops stationed at a Saudi Arabian military base, wounding 10 personnel. The physical battlefield is locked in a cycle of attrition, with both sides systematically dismantling regional assets in an attempt to force a diplomatic collapse. Beyond the missile strikes, Iran is using its geographic leverage over the Strait of Hormuz, effectively closing the waterway to international shipping. This map shows the immediate impact. 20% of global oil supply is blocked, driving Brent crude toward $120 a barrel. The shockwaves extend to logistics, as maritime war risk insurance premiums have surged by more than 1,000%. These costs have triggered demand destruction. When energy prices stay this high, consumers and businesses stop spending, leading to restaurant closures, widespread investment freezes, and eventual job losses. By shutting off this single choke point, Iran has demonstrated that it can inflict as much systemic damage on the global economy as a fleet of U.S. bombers can inflict on a military base. As the war enters its second month, the global community is facing three distinct paths toward a resolution. The first scenario is a rapid conclusion. U.S. officials claim Iran's missile production capacity is already functionally defeated and expect the conflict to end in weeks, allowing oil markets to stabilize. The second scenario is a negotiated deal. Despite the public rhetoric, back-channel discussions are occurring through intermediaries, potentially allowing for a compromise before global supply chains reach a total breaking point. The third scenario is a widening escalation. If the conflict outlasts the current U.S. timeline, Iran may activate new fronts against energy ports in the UAE, or the U.S. could move forward with a ground invasion. The resolution hinges on whether the exhaustion of military stockpiles or the total freezing of the global oil market forces a concession first. With both sides positioned for direct intervention, a single tactical error in the strait could widen the war beyond any current projection. Subscribe to the channel for daily updates as we continue to track this developing crisis and map the geopolitical forces shaping the region.